My name is Randal Maurice Jelks. I am professor of American Studies and African American Studies at the University of Kansas. The title of my talk is briefly, I Can't Breathe. Two Black Americans, Eric Garner on July 17, 2014, and George Floyd Jr. on May 25, 2020, died uttering the last words, I can't breathe. They choked to death for petty offenses, or they were choked to death for petty offenses. Garner died selling cigarettes on Staten Island, a New York City borough. The other in Minneapolis for allegedly passing a counterfeit $20 bill at a small corner store, each choked by the police and were filmed doing so. These two men were loved. They were loved by family and friends. They laughed and lived. These two men represent the racial class dimensions of the United States in all of its problematic ways. And these two men also represented the racial class dimension of the U.S. society that has grown with alacrity since the election of Ronald Reagan in 1980. This is why my esteemed colleague, Imani Perry at Princeton University, has written a beautiful essay titled Breathe, a letter to my sons, because breath is literally being taken away. The last words that cover the moment we live in the U.S. as COVID-19 hits us is a virus that attacks the lungs, filling them with fluid until we cannot breathe. The virus has disproportionately attacked Black and brown living in the oldest housing stocks and formerly industrialized communities: Chicago, Detroit, New Orleans, New York, and so many more. Housing filled with lead, neighborhoods where rates of asthma are literally breathtaking. This virus joins U.S. law enforcement and stops people from breathing. It also joins the unbridled uses of capitalism that burns the ozone, leaving us with a planet that will be on fire, and the capacity of every species on Earth will be filled with smoke, and we will die of smoke inhalation. It won't be fluid, it will be a toxic residue of smoke that will strangle us. A strangulation that has already occurred in low-income Black and brown communities. It is breath that concerns us, and breath that has been cut off. Breath in every way, from education to just being able to walk down your own streets freely. Breath. Breath to go out and watch birds. Breath. Breath is being taken away. COVID-19 has revealed the shortness of breath and the deadly strangulation that has been occurring in the U.S., one that policymakers and legislators have tried to cover over. However, they can no longer manipulate the virus, and we recognize that the emperors are completely naked. Our response is to risk our lives and take our struggles out on the streets in protest. Protest to have breath, to breathe, to open up our lungs, to breathe in so that we can be all that we can be, so that we can run and to play and to dance. We are out on these streets to give birth to democracy that provides room for all of us to have breath and life.